And the couch. Yeah, I'm live, baby. Um, the couch blocks some of the noise from the TV because it's not showing up on the mic. So if somebody doesn't complain, then we'll be good. All right. Hey, everybody. We've been live for a minute. Sorry you had to hear the rest of my conversation with Naomi, but good morning, everybody. I hope y'all are having a blessed and wonderful week. I am. I'm just. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm having a great week. Been doing quite a bit. We got you know another streaming service on TV. So me and Mom have been watching some good movies together on Prime. So it's awesome. Not sponsored, so that kind of thing. But I'm telling you what, there's some movies on there that I've been wanting to watch. So we went ahead and got it. It's awesome. So, anyways, let's. What we got going on today is I did a little baking the other day. I haven't tied no jigs for a few days, so we have all these heads. I did make a post on that on Facebook. So these are 1/16 on a size. I think I put. I can't remember now. Got to think. Think I got these are a size 2 hook, if I believe that. Might be a so that's what I'm saying. I can't remember what I did. I just was like, yeah, no, okay, heads, start pouring them out. So I made a few hundred of them, and then I powdered up. I don't even know how many's here. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 14, 14, 14, 14. That's 60. Yeah, there's about 100 heads there. So, anyways, let's tie some. So we're tying the mainstay, the OG green. I know you guys might get tired of seeing some of these jigs, but I have work to do. I need to get some stuff produced out. So that's what we're doing. Now, we are going. I might have to. I got it. I've been waiting on feathers for a few weeks. This is my last package. This and this is my last package. So hopefully, I'm getting kind of low. So I got yellow and olive and brown and orange, and I've only got one bag or 2 bags of orange for that. So I got to. The problem is those feathers used to cost $4.35 a packet. Now them feathers cost $7.95 a packet. So it's that whole uh, crap that went on. At the end of the last administration and the beginning of this, before he got stuff straightened out with the whole tariff thing. So now we prices are supposed to start dropping again since they've reached an agreement with Taiwan. So, and that's where most of this stuff comes from. It says some of these feathers, I think they do come from China, but most of the stuff I've been getting is from Taiwan. But it is what it is. So let's real quick, let's just go say hi to everybody that's in here before I lose too many of y'all start talking and I lose my place in chat. Who was first today? Oh, Rod. Rod was first. He's our buddy in Wichita. Well, the Wichita area. I'm not for sure if he actually lives in Wichita. He lives in that area. Keith, Shirley T, saying hey Dave and everybody in chat. She's a wonderful gal. Her and Jean. Let's see, Smokey, Mountain Catfishing. Mike, good morning. Coffee's hot. Yeah, I already drank my coffee. Sorry, guys. I haven't been drinking coffee on the show because I get up at 5 and I have my 2 cups done by 6, 6:30 at the latest, and that's all I'm allowed to drink with my heart problem. Oak Slope. Everybody just say Tim, Catfish Dog. Stampy. Dog and I, Curtis. Trying to scroll without missing anybody. All right. So, yeah. So I drink 2 cups of coffee, and then the rest of the day I drink water. I might have some that great value is what we get, but it's like the Crystal Light stuff, so no sugars, no additives. It's got some dye in it, but I just try to drink a couple glasses of that in a day, and just to have something, besides water. So, but yeah, I mean, dropping weight. Mama's dropping weight. We getting thin. My beard's a mess. Well, now I got this habit. If I want to sit there and I sit there and do this while I'm bored, and I'll pick at my face, so my beard's a little lopsided. I'm sorry. Nervous habit. So I quit drinking and I quit doing all the other. I quit doing some of the other stuff, plant based. You know what I mean? And it's been about 3 weeks, and because of that, we just God spoke to us, and the whole health thing, and I was having some heart problems lately, and they stuck me back on beta blockers, and just stuff like that. So we're just trying to get healthy. Mom's a little bit worried that none of her clothes are fitting, but Naomi only weighs 110 pounds, so she went from 120 to 110, and now she's freaking out because she thinks she's going to get too small. I'm like, no. New guidelines from JFK says that 99 to 123 or something like that for a 4'11" to 5 foot tall woman, and that's where she's at. But she's 4'11" But bless her heart, she needs to buy some clothes, and she can't find none because they're all these goofy styles these days. So short, fall off your hip. She's like, I'm not a teenager. No, things happen. So, but yeah, like I said, we're just tying up a few jigs, get some stuff going. Probably go to see if I'm going to call again today. I called yesterday, and he said my stuff wasn't in. He let me know, but he never let me know. So I'm going to call back and say, why didn't you let me know? And he'll be like, I forgot. I'll be like, well, let me talk to Jim. Jim's the owner of where I get my stuff. Um, it's Designers Angling Supplies. Well, that's where I'm about to the point where I might, I don't know. I'm looking for other sources for materials just because of the I'm tired of waiting a couple weeks to get stuff. And it's not their fault. They have to wait until they get a big enough order, then purchase and that kind of thing. Lost my black. So I got these little. What I do is I buy these little packages like this. So like it's just got 5 yards in it. I'll buy these and try them out, see if I like them. And then if I like them, I turn around and I get one of these. So this is the whole scheme. So that's 72 yards. And when you buy it that way, you save about half. So unless you're going to buy a lot of, tie a lot of jigs, I mean, one of these usually gets you, I guess it depends on how long or short you tie your body. So if you tie your body long, you can usually get a few dozen jigs out of 5 yards. If you tie them a little shorter like I do, like on these ones, I could probably get, 3 or 4 dozen. And, but if you tie the pro jigs, like my pro jigs, let me see if I got one laying around here. Probably don't. So my pro jigs have a double X mustad hook. So the hooks are fairly expensive. So for 1,000 hooks, it is $150 for a box. So that makes them 14 cents a hook. And the sickle hooks are literally uh, 4 cents a hook. So 3 times plus, almost 4 times the amount of money for that hook right there. So, and as you can see, it the hook is. Let me find one that's more conducive. This. Okay, so this is the size 4 sickle hook right here, and then this is the size 4 mustad. So they're the same um, uh, hook drop from the top down, but they're not the same length. These are just a little bit longer um, of a 4 size 4, but this will not bend. I don't care. I mean, if you get that hooked in a tree, you're breaking the branch off and you're bringing up the tree. But that's what the pros want because they don't want to have to straighten the hook. They don't want to have to tie. But you also see this thing is so sharp, you just barely touch it and it grabs you. I have switched over this. Every single one in my box almost now is these hooks. for the simple fact is I'm getting way better hook sets with this Pro Mustang. So, and the thing is when I make them for myself, I still have to buy them. I mean, I'm an LLC. I can't just make stuff, or at least I have to pay the tax. So, and that's kind of silly. But if you are a jig tire and you're selling jigs, just be mindful. You got taxes that you have to pay the feds if you're selling your stuff. So, if you're just a person selling, just here and there, the hobbyist, they're not going to complain. But if you do have an LLC or something like that, you'll get trolls like I did. Message me how much your jigs. I was like $1.50 to $2.50 a piece, something like that. $1 to $2.50. I don't even remember what I told him. Then he was like, "Do you have?" And then gave some numbers. And I didn't. My brain did not click that he was asking about stuff. And I was like, "No, I don't make that style of hook," because I looked up that style of hook and it's a salmon egg style hook. So I was like, "No, I don't make that style of hook." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about excise taxes." And I was like, "I don't have to pay the excise tax." And that's what I said at the beginning because I didn't finish my phrase. I was going to say, I don't have to pay them because my tax guy fills out all the stuff and sends, and tells me write a check. So technically I'm paying them, but he's paying them and turning them in for me because I don't do nothing. I don't fill out my sales tax stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. He does. That's why I don't do it. He does. So people get crazy. They want to get all up in your business. They want to know everything about your business. Well, you want to see something? Everybody and this is a rant that I've had all week. It just kind of this is this is what made me not be a little bit at peace this week, but I've been pretty good at peace this week. Saying that I'm not a legit business. That really bothers me, saying I'm not a legit business, because I'm going to show you right now. This is Google. So we're on Google. I'm going to type in DOUBLEHOOKANGLING And now I'm going to tell you another thing. You cannot get this on Google without an EIN number. So that means a business license and certificate and all that kind of stuff. So right here, I'm a legit business. Right there. So you want my address and my phone number? There it is. Just go look it up. Come and see me. We'll talk. Tell you some stuff. I don't care if you show up my house. You ain't going to do nothing. The cop station's a block and a half away. And I carry it. So that's what I have to say about that. There's my little rant for this morning. But anyways, I'm selling rod holders. I'm selling jigs. I'm selling hats and T-shirts and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, I mean, people are interested in the rod holders for sure. I sold a few this week. Just sold 4 more this morning before I came on the show. So gotta go get some more neon green paint. They want neon green. I'm going to start trying to powder coat these things. But I looked into the powder coat and stuff. It's going to take me a little bit to get set up. But I want to get set up with, whoops, David, you missed that. Did you go around the eye? Okay. Now, my other thing is, if you go around the eye, don't sell that jig to somebody. Unwrap it, fix it, do it right. I've seen plenty of jigs lately online where people are getting their line caught around their eye, or they're just tying some stuff that just, I mean, I'm glad they're doing it, but they need to pay. There again, you want to buy my jigs, buy my jig. I got these ones right here on the website that's getting still done. And we're just having such an issue trying to do the stupid shopping cart. We've never done a shopping cart before, so that's our whole hang up. But for the time being, you want some jigs, you want some other merch, just get a hold of me. I'm on Messenger. I'm on Facebook. Can't find me, just type in Double Hook Angling on Facebook. You'll find my business page, not the group. And shoot me a message. We're all about trying to get some stuff done here. My biggest thing is I got some things I want to get, and I need to sell some stuff to get it. Mommy and I want to get a camper, so we are selling the boat. So if anybody is interested in a Jolly Roger pontoon boat that's painted orange and had a lot of work done to it and works great. I'm selling it, so shoot me a message and we can talk about it. I'm going to tell you right now, if I sell it with the iPilot trolling motor and the Garmin side sonar and all the life jackets and rod holders and everything else that I put on there, and now they are DHA rod holders, so I mean they're my own, design and stuff. That's way too far back. Then quit pulling off there wrong. There we go. So I'm going to sell it, and I'm asking $7,000. So that it's got the good trailer that the tires are on the outside of the tunes, and the trailer alone is worth about $2,500 used. And in certain markets, it may not be worth that much, but around here in Kansas, that's what it's worth. So I've already had it to ask the boat shop and stuff, and they told me that that's the value of it for private sale. Now without the trolling motor and without the Garmin, I mean I'll sell it for 5, but I'm not going below 5. So, but the reason why I'm selling it is it kills my back. Every time I go out on it, I hurt for 3 days. The last time I went out on it was about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and my back is still hurting. Now, granted, that morning I slipped, and as I was getting off the toilet, I put my hand on my wheelchair, and my hand slipped, so it jarred my back. And then I went out there and did all of that day on the boat, and then after we got back, I went and mowed 4 acres. So all of that combined just too much. I just can't do the boat. I tried. I did it. I built it. I had fun doing it. Me and Gregory had some experiences. We had some father-son moments where he was getting grumpy with me and I was getting grumpy with him. And it's just too much, guys. Just too much. So we're going to sell the boat and get a camper. And then also, Mama can be involved in our camping adventures, and then we will get into some YouTube. Man, I'll tell you what, there'll be so much stuff going on because we'll be out doing stuff every single day instead of twice a week. I think it would be good for the channel to have a camping adventures and stuff like that. So our first trip will probably be somewhere local just to test it out and things like that. But then after that, we hit Colorado to my buddy's house at the Four Corners, and we'll hang out with him for a while, do some sightseeing and stuff, and go. We like to go cruise the country roads in the mountains, things like that with them. Just get to see the wildlife, the elk, the bears, the antelope, all that kind of stuff. Kind of cool. I'm sitting here concentrating on the next one. I never even whipped that one off. Mark said, "Be right back." Norman, Brokeback Bob. I'm missing people. Sorry, guys. What you talking about, Dave? Talking about selling the boat, man, and buying a camper. The boat kills my back, dude. I can't do it. I just can't. I tried. And then you know what? If I wouldn't have never bought it and I would have never tried, then I would have wondered my whole life if I could have done it. So I bought it. I tried it. I realized, man, that thing just kills my back. I can't do it. So, like I said, $5,000 without the electronics and the trolling motor, $7,000 with them. Make it. I mean, I'll make a deal. I got over 5 pretty much in it with everything I've done. So at least and I know I may not get it back, but I'm good. That's what I'm putting it out there for, and we'll see what people say. But it is what it is, man. I mean, my health and my back is way more important than my happiness as far as getting to go out on a boat. I don't want to be miserable out there. And even Mark, catfish and crappie here, he told me, or not too long ago. I may have been on the last live or something. I can't remember where he said that sometimes he goes out on his boat and it just searches that too. Miss Shirley T, good morning. Everybody, good morning. I think I said hi before. But yeah, it's just I'd rather go do stuff with my wife and spend some time with her instead of being just out fishing all the time without her. It's getting cooler, so she probably will, might even get her fishing license and go with us a little bit if we do some short trips. Go to the lease or the little lake and what have you. I feel I feel like crap the next day after being in the boat too long. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of the same with me. You know what, guys? I'm going to have to apologize here real quick. I I did not go take a break before I went and come to start tying jigs, and now I'm drowning. So I'm going to whip this off real quick, and then I'm going to go take an intermission real quick, just because I can't stand. I'm about to. I'm about to make a puddle. So 1 minute. I'm sorry. Oh, feel better. Whoops. That's water, not pee. Still had some water on the back of my wrist. I didn't get the towel. Trying to hurry so fast. All right, another one. We're going to, but I do have some other colors up here. So we're not going to just sit here and tie pink heads, green tail, and black bodies all the time. But thank you guys. Brokeback Bob said I wish I could afford to buy it, Dave. Hey, I appreciate that. That was me, Dave. Coming in here to watch you watch, and he runs away. Now I see how it is. Hey, Bob. It was either that or I was changing my britches. I'm in a wheelchair, so I have nerve damage. And when I gotta go, I got to go. I will pull over the side of the road and pee off the side of the truck if I have to. I don't care. What are they gonna do? Can't see me, so they can't say that I'm being indecent in public. But here's how I know that I have to pee. Y'all can feel it down there because I remember how it felt down there, like your kidneys, your bladder, or whatever. You feel that pressure, and so you know you got to go. How I know I got to go is I get this metallic taste in my mouth. My vision starts to get this little weirdness to it, and it's the problem. What it is it's the chemical that builds up in your body that your body trying to get rid of and stuff. So, but that's how I know I gotta go. and it's weird because it's a complete different feeling, and it took about 6 months to understand when I was first injured that that's what was going on. And let me tell you, in the first 6 months, I wore man pants, wore, half diapers, whatever you wanna call them, because I would just leak. I didn't know it. But now I have control, but once I feel like I'm getting that feeling, we all know, in your head. So, just wheelchair life, man. Wheelchair life. So I had a few people were concerned about me getting in a camper as well. So let me put that at ease. We went to Camper World. We walked around Camper World. We found a camper that we like. We're still investigating models because some models you don't want to get. Like there's plenty of reviews and stuff with the internet out there that you know there's they at least give you an idea when you go to the dealership or buy from an individual that you can tell from talking to them what they are going to tell you and the quality that they're going to try to convey to you. But if you watch those YouTube videos and stuff about people, complaining about their campers or camper reviews and all that kind of stuff or and things like that, you can get a real good assessment of what is out there and what you want to stay away from and stuff like that. So like we've been looking at the Colemans lately. Now, some of the models of Colemans you want to kind of steer clear of, or at least know what to look for. So like the bad thing is like the Colemans from 2020 to present day, they are built a little bit lighter and a little bit cheaper materials than the Colemans from 2008 to 2018, that kind of stuff. So that's what we've been learning. So we've just been going and kind of seeing what's out there and what. Now, if you want a really good camper, you're going to spend $50,000, $60,000. But who the heck's got that kind of money? I don't. If I buy a new camper, it's going to be like 20, and it's going to be a Coleman or a Fleetwood or something, a Jayco, something small. But you got to watch out for certain issues. But with the newer models, they at least tell you that it's the plumbing under the sink, it's the plumbing under the camper itself, it's the wastewater in certain areas. You want to make sure that it has the bigger tank, not the smaller tank. The smaller tank actually has stability problems with holding your wastewater and things. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. So I don't just go buy something willy nilly. I research it and research it and research it and research it and research it. So I don't want to get stuck with something that I can't use or something that's broke or something that I got to fix. And being in a chair, I don't want to deal with it. So we may not even buy uh, something that's newer. We may go buy something that's 20 years old if we find something that's decent enough. There's plenty of campers out there that people bought 20 years ago or so that have set in sheds and buildings and stuff like that, protected from the elements that are just as good now as they was then. You just got to find them. If Fresno, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. We're exploring the whole camper situation, and I think it'll be a good thing. It'll also get us to be able to travel around, and I can huck my jigs and my rod holders when we're traveling around. We can go to more shows and stuff. Might be able to even return back to CatCon, just dragging a trailer all the way, so we make a whole couple week deal out of it. That kind of stuff. I have my own business, and basically I'm retired. Naomi is retired. Gregory, of course, he's just Gregory, but he has his own income. We just all of us pull together and live as a family, and it makes life easier and makes things better. And the whole thing about I know a lot of people don't want to live with their adult children. But that's the problem with society. The last 150 years, they wanted to push everybody out. Go to college, go to get your career, go live in your own house. And that's why nobody can afford anything. Before that, generations lived in the same house. You know, sometimes we have to move our elderly parents back in, and then it becomes financially, feasible to be able to care for them when they're living in their own place, and you're having to help them with their bills and stuff to make things go and meet. And some of you guys have to do that, so it's a burden, but it's a burden that you're willing to take on and that you accept because it's your parent. Um, and I'm not saying burden in a bad way. I'm just saying that it is a a draw on your income and stuff. So it's just something that you have to be aware of. My mom is getting to where she keeps falling and stuff like that, and she wants to stay in her own home, and that's fine. But we check on her periodically, whether she knows it or not. Yeah, and the thing about it is to be honest, a few years ago, like Mark said, people they did, like what he's saying right there. Yep, family needs to pull together to be to yeah, two bad minded. Yeah, most of ours don't. Most people are out for themselves. They go me 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 me. I don't want to live with my family. I don't want to deal. Well, yeah, because you're selfish, and you may take that wrong, but don't because it's true. You are slightly a little selfish if you can't help care for your family, if you are able to care for yourself first. You have to take care of yourself first, but don't be stingy and greedy. You got a little extra food, don't throw it away. After dinner or something, call your mom and say, "Hey, you want some food?" What we do. I'm not coming to live with you. Yeah, I don't. Know what? Yeah. And see, used to be you lived in a house, you had the grandma there, helped with the kids got older, helped with the grandma, helped with the younger kids, things like that. But then everybody got to where there's only having one or two children instead of, four or five. And, started everybody started moving out. They started pushing college. Of course, we know now college is just a big joke. Certain fields have to have it, but for the most part, like my son went to college, has gone to college for almost 5 years now. He's in college right now as we speak again, and I mean, he literally is making $20 an hour being an EMT, paramedic, firefighter. So he's working for his paramedic. He's in his ride-alongs now. So a couple more months he'll be a paramedic. He's already finishing the school and stuff like that. Did his finals and all that. He's just doing the ride-along stuff now, the actual in ambulance training, basically. So, but yeah, I mean, he's got his own house and stuff like that. But he's a single guy. He's got a girl and stuff, so he does spend a lot of time there. But he's struggling paying for a house that he's at 2 days a week. It's an investment. At least he owns it and he's not renting, so he can rent it out when he gets married and moves on to another house, things like that. But having your folks live with you ain't a bad thing. I mean, some people it might. I guess it depends on how your parents are too. My parents are old biker hippies, so I don't know if I really necessarily, love to have my mom live with us, but I would if I had to. I'm not going to let her be docile, living on the street type thing. She's able to survive and make it, but she's just getting by too. I think all of us are just getting by anymore. Ah, David, you broke the string. What'd you do that for? Got a little excited. Come on, David, get her done. I got a piece down in there and clean up that little thread. Sometimes you get little boo boos and you got to fix stuff. Hold still, Dave. Get around that. There we go. We got this back. Like it never happened. Old folks need to get some work done and bake coffee. Hey, get her done, Mark. You going after some bluegill and crappie and white bass? Or you going after shad? What you going after today? Yeah. So like my cousin Cecil, he's a firefighter. I think he's retired now, but he was actually a fire chief in Montana, Wyoming, or something like that. I mean, big, fancy bunch of stripes on his, stuff and all that kind of thing. My granddad was a fire chief and fire inspector. My brother was a firefighter. Both my uncles were firefighters. Yeah, so a couple of my cousins were firefighters. Now a lot of the uncles and stuff were like volunteer, things like that, but still, had to do training and stuff like that. Now my granddad, he actually had a degree in it and fire science and stuff like that. Like Timothy has a degree in fire science and he got his certificates for uh, EMT and as we speak, working for paramedic. For paramedic. And the only thing from EMT to paramedic, you get to do a lot more being a paramedic, but you also get a better, you probably 15 to 20% increase in pay. So. Kansas Chad, how you doing? How you doing? There's been quite a few people from Kansas popping in lately, and I that's awesome. I mean, I'd love to find some more people around here to fish with. That went around the eye. We're gonna start doing some more bank fishing and stuff, this week because it's. Oh, you know what I did? You see that jig? No flash. That can't go over there. Got to go over there. So, anyways, let's. We're gonna do a little giveaway. That's what we're gonna do. I feel like giving away something today. So, how many we got in here? 17. Let's just go ahead and let me get in there. Ah! StreamYard giveaway tool. Okay, open that page. Whoops. StreamYard giveaway. Scroll down. So I'm gonna bless y'all with some jigs here. Whoever wins, anyways. Choose live stream, jigs and coffee. Let's do. All right. Back to studio. Present, invite, share screen, StreamYard giveaway tool, share. Back to studio to the jumpy screen. And down. There we go. All right. Hopefully y'all ain't on your little bitty screens, but if you are, it's hashtag DHA Jigs. Spit it out, Dave. All right, there y'all go. Start entering to win. What I'm going to do today for y'all is I got some jigs sitting here. You see that? Whoops. That one tried to run away. So I got some jigs sitting here. What I'll do is we'll throw them in a bag. I dropped one out. Another one I thought. Where'd you go? Anyways, we'll throw a dozen jigs in a deal. So if you don't know, a dozen jigs is about 12 to 20 bucks. So you're going to get a nice little gift and then throw in a sticker as well. So have at it, people. Let's try something different. Y'all are tired looking at that. Let's try some of these up. So we've got new names for these. We're building the website, like I said. So let me give you all a little glimpse of what we got going on here. This is the only place y'all are going to see this for now until we go live with it. Okay, so the new website will look like this. Then you got a bait rag, a hat, t-shirt, rod holder. And it says orange powder coated, but we haven't got that far yet. So if I don't have that set up before this actually goes live, then it will get changed to where it just says painted. And then we have a primer coated rod holder, so you can paint yourself, a little cheaper cost. We have that jig. We have the jigs we've been working on this morning. We'll have these jigs. Those are a blue. It's a little dark. We'll call it indigo minnow. Just nasty neo, and then black hornet because it'll sting you. So we got lime time. Then we have mango madness. We used to call that orange crush, but now we're calling it mango madness. We have silver shad, and then all the other custom, zation and stuff, and then the call to action to contact me to ask about jigs and things like that. So that's just a little jump preview of what we'll have going on. So be patient with us. We are trying. It is so difficult for somebody that does not understand this stuff to try to figure it out on our own, but we're broke and we're trying to do this, to where we can do for you guys an easier way to purchase than dealing with me. Some people get a little sticker shock. Hey, Joshua. Retired Rick, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. I'm sorry, but if I didn't. But how are you doing? I appreciate you and all you do for the community. I appreciate all of y'all that have very interactive channels and host panel shows on the weekends, fishing or during the week, things like that. I'm sorry that I do a solo, thing here, but with the issues that I've had where people get up here and violate my rules, I have just been guest shy lately. So, like I said, forgive me. I'm not trying to be mean or just, not including everybody. No more Elton Bond. Oh no, there's I still do the little Elton Johns and things. I still do my little. I mean, I will do all the custom jigs you want, but on the website we're going to have the basic jigs, and those jigs are a little cheaper, so there'll be 3 jigs for $4, $4.50. So that's fairly reasonable in my opinion. I hope. And then, of course, like I said, the custom jigs. So, like my pro jig, the one I showed earlier, I get $2.50. Oops! What did I do? What happened? Oh, there it goes. Woo! I pushed the button and I didn't even see what I pushed. I tried to pick up a jig and my finger, the cursor was somewhere that it wasn't supposed to be. Did you sell your boat yet, Dave? No, I have not sold my boat yet. I want $7,000. It has the good trailer with the tires on the outside of the tune. So you tow it down the highway 75 mile an hour, because that's what I do. 70, I at least go 70. 75, I'll get up if I'm going around somebody or whatever that's going slow. So, yeah, it's got brand new tires, brand new wheel bearings, brand new hubs. Because I went ahead and just bought whole new hub assemblies. It is just 4.5 on 5. I painted the frame, cleaned all the rust and stuff. There's just surface rust and spot. I cleaned all that. I painted the frame. I rewired it. It's got LED lights. It's got lithium batteries. So, $800 worth of batteries. It has a AMG battery for the electronics. It has 2 standalone lithium batteries for the trolling motor. So that's the only thing that they power is the trolling motor. Um, Mr. Tully, how you doing? And then uh, 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 it has the truck style toolbox that has two seats mounted on it that has all the batteries contained in it, and then it has the fourth battery for the motor. So I mean, there's four batteries on this boat. It's fully equipped. It's got the Garmin side sonar imaging and a spot lock, trolling motor, iPilot, whatever you want to call it. And then I made my own console. I'm just trying to think of everything, that it had. But it's been redecked, it things like that. So I mean, it wasn't. It'll probably need to be redecked in a couple years, but again, because it was just done in wood. I lost my. Where'd my orange go? Yep, I'm going to do the giveaway in about 2 more minutes. I leave it up for a little bit. There's somebody just put in a hashtag not too long ago. Yeah, Mr. Tully. I'm running out of orange. Then go get some more. There's still enough in there for quite a few. The dog got a hold of some of these, and they're like all super knotted up. So you got to be. I can't just pull them out anymore. I got to cut them. Yeah, Gregory's been telling everybody about it. He's like, Dad, can I tell people we're selling the boat? And I was like, sure. And also, the other thing is, um, Gregory, if you guys haven't noticed, since we took him off of Adderall a couple months ago, it's been 2 months now, Gregory is opening up more. He's like, I mean, with us, with you guys online, I think it's been good for him. He makes more eye contact with people now when we're talking out in public, even people that we haven't met. He'll at least make some eye contact. I mean, it's just big improvements. I'm so proud. Are you planning on having Gregory show us what he got this morning? Oh yeah, Gregory will be here anytime. So let's go ahead now. Actually, we're at we got about a minute left, but let's go ahead and draw this. So if you haven't got in, and hopefully you're not behind in chat, but if you haven't got in, get your hashtag in. That's why I leave it up a little longer, just because people get behind in chat when you push the mic button and talk to your phone, it delays it, and then when you get back in there, you're behind. So everybody, make sure you touch your screen, make sure you're caught up so you can get in on this. All right, you got about 30 seconds, and I'm going to push the button to draw. We'll get this one. At least get some feathers locked in on this one. But yes, we will be having what you got Gregory time here in just a little bit. As soon as he gets back and gets his stuff unpacked, hopefully, since he's taking as long as he is, he's probably in line. Because usually, if he ain't got nothing, he's here. That feather kind of went a little wild there. See, to me, that's the perfect feather. See how long those hairs are on that thing? You make some good big jigs with those. And if you notice, I've been tying so many pro jigs lately. I hate sitting here combing and nipping like I'm doing right now. I call it stacking. So I take the feather and I stack it and get all your end hairs lined up, and then you pinch it, and then all your end hairs are lined up. So I've been stacking a lot lately, just because that's how I do the pro jig, because they want them perfectly even at the end, just about. So I'm just in the habit of it. Trimming on this. All right, let's push that button. Giveaway time. Y'all better get in there. I'm getting over the giveaway tool tab. All right, 10. There's only 11 of you in here. It shows, so maybe y'all don't fish, but got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, draw. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate y'all entering. Let's see who gets it. Mr. Tully. Awesome. Mr. Tully, get a hold of me on Facebook and give me your address. I forgot to say earlier, hopefully everybody's in the Continental 48. I believe Mr. Tully's in the U.S. Can't keep track of where everybody lives. I apologize. Get this one locked in and trimmed up and get rid of that. But yeah. So Gregory will be here shortly. We'll do what you got, Gregory. Then I'm going to call over designers and see if they got my feathers yet. And at least ask, why didn't I get a phone call back yesterday like I was supposed to? May end up going to Wichita today. May just sit here. I think Mama's going to go do some shopping today. Go get some groceries. I've been wanting some asparagus lately. I went the other day and it was almost $4 for a bunch. I was like, I ain't paying $4 for asparagus. There ain't no way. I'll go 3, but I'm not going 4. $2.99 is where I like to see it. We had well, of course, the spring we get it for like $1.50 to $2 a a bunch. But it's that time of year and they grow it around here quite a bit. Asparagus does real good here in Kansas. Rosie, you leave her be, lady. Quit growling at Rosie, and she wouldn't come over and deal with you. Stupid dog. Lady is getting senile. Lady is old. She don't have no teeth left. She just constantly, she'll look clear across the living room and just start growling at Rosie. And then Rosie go like, what do you want? And she'll go over and Rosie just sit there and look at her, like 2 foot from her. And then Lady will be like, here, look, you see what they're doing? My house is a mess, so don't mind all the blankets on the ground for the dog. That Dotson is right here is her little face. You can see her white face right there, and then Rosie's over here now looking out the window. But that dog is turning out to be a pain in the butt. She's 15 years old, I think now, or something like that. 14 years. Yeah, she's 15 years old. She's senile as heck. Bring her here, Mama. She's gained about 5 freaking pounds in the last 6 months. So look, she's such an old girl. She's such an old baby. Yeah, I love her. I love her, baby. Oh, yeah, I love her. But her face is white as can be. Get away from her, Rosie. Get away from her, Rosie. My big old girl. She got fat. Leave her be, Rosie. But Rosie's like, this dog's dying. I swapped the color up because I was tired of tying the same jig. No, technically, I grabbed the wrong feather and just went for it. Sometimes I do that because I have stuff lying around down here. So we'll tie we'll tie some of these little goofballs. So this is a good example though to show you that you don't have to tie all the same jig the same color. You need to flip up the colors and stuff. So even this jig with an orange head, actually we'll do that next. I'll show you if I can find them. Oh, I think I ran out of black. Since we have green on the tail, I didn't have them. I have a little piece of green that fell in. We'll get a piece of green flash out. But no, lady ain't got no teeth. Her tongue hangs out the side of her mouth. She's got cancer. They told me that we can fix her to a point and make her comfortable. I was like, oh, okay, how much is that? And she's like, $4,000. I was like, $4,000 to fix my... Hey! You can't say nothing until we do the what you got, Gregory. She got so excited, she screamed it out. Sorry, I just hurt everybody's ears. Hopefully he ain't wearing earphones. But anyways, Gregory's home. He's going to get his stuff unpacked here real quick. And it's in his hand. So I guess All right. You got about 30 seconds. You just stay there for a minute. Let me finish this jig. Everybody, it's what you got, Gregory time. So if you're away from your screen, you better get back to the monitor and watch. All right. So y'all know what time it is. It's Gregory, what you got? So what you got, Gregory? Bam. Rosie's like sitting there going, did you get me something? Did you get me something? She's like, I'm going to eat the car. Look at, what is that? What is that? Here, let me see. You're too close, son. Is it going to show up? Well, the tag's too white. It doesn't. There you go. I'll put my hand over it so there you go. $2.95 for what? For what? What is that, Gregory? You gonna tell him? Tell him what it is. What is it?
Ugly stick.
It's an ugly stick. It still has the sticker on the handle. It's an older ugly stick. Is that model medium heavy US? Yeah. See, this model's probably at least 10, if I remember right, it's about 10 years old since they've made that exact model. Yeah, so no cracks in the glass anywhere. The eyes are all still there. So an ugly stick catfish rod, and this one is a an 8-foot, medium heavy, 15 to 30 pound line. Yeah, buddy. And then, of course, one of America's favorite, a Cobra. Thank you, Gregory. You want to say goodbye to all your fans? I guess not. So as you guys can see, we are literally in my living room and kitchen. There's Mama, there's Gregory, and there's Matthew. What'd you get, Matt? You want to come show him real quick? Sometimes he wants to, sometimes he doesn't. He got a bunch of Legos. All right, so here's what Matt got, some Legos. For $1 a set, that's pretty good for Legos. Okay, here's Matthew. Matthew got some Legos. So for y'all that don't know, this is my oldest son, Matthew. He lives with us as well. He's just camera shy real bad. You gonna say hi, Matthew?
Hi.
Yeah, see, he says hi. He'll talk. But Oak Slope says, awesome find. Oh, yeah, that's a great score. Tim Catfish Dog had his eyes on Gregory. Gregory ran out into the garage. All right, I'm sure he's excited. He's going to go find a reel. I know what he's doing. He's going to go swap some stuff around. Now, today's our last day of the heat. Here, yesterday was in the 90s. It was miserable. The humidity was in the 60 percentile. It was nasty, sticky. Couldn't do nothing. Hid in the house all day and watch movies for the most part. I had to go take care of some stuff with the tax guy. Talk to him about a few things. So, all right, let's see what our 10-day looks like. So, Today is going to be 92. Our low will be 69, 5% chance of rain. Tomorrow, 84. Sunday, 81. Then, this is the part that I love. Monday, 67 for the high, 57 for the low. Tuesday, 75. Wednesday, 72. Thursday, 71. Friday, 74. Saturday, 76. Sunday, 78. In other words, fall is here like that. Goes from summer today to fall tomorrow. Well, fall in 2 days. It'll actually be fall tomorrow and then dang near early winter for us. Because during the winter, like December, we're only in we're in the upper 50s during December for the most part, mid 50s. January is when we drop down and we'll have a cold spell that'll last for a week that's in the 20s or teens. Then we'll get back into the 50s again. It just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. That's a heck of a price for an ugly stick. You dang right. Well, I bought some ugly sticks. They're in the shop. I bought 3 or 4 of them when they were clearancing them out. I think we got them at Boongard. No, where'd we get them at? The one that's in Hutch up on 30th. What's that one? Boongard? No, it ain't Boongard, is it? Atwood. That's it. Got them on discount at Atwood. Matthew said Atwood. So we got them on discount at Atwood's, not sponsored. And I think I paid like $18 a piece with reels. So they're just mediums, but they're like, an everyday rod that you use for crappie bass, some small catfish. Just something that if you're only going to have 1 or 2 rods, you would have a draw. So those are going to be giveaways because they're 2 pieces. I could fold them in half. I could put them in a smaller box and mail them off if I have to. But most likely they're going to be local giveaways. I just haven't decided yet. They've been sitting out there for a few months since, and then I got some kid poles that we've got for like $5 a piece, that kind of thing. And I did buy some for, to do giveaways. We're just gonna get a kid pack made up is what we're gonna do, and these giveaways will be for young people. If you enter to win it and you're an older person, then that's fine. I can't stop you, but I would hope that you would give it to a younger person if you did win. So whether that younger person's in your family or just somebody you meet at the lake or something like that, if I sent it to you, if you want it, then that's what I would. So, and I may just randomly take and throw them little kid poles in my truck, and I see some kids at the park messing around with a stick and string. They say, "Hey guys, you want a little fishing pole?" So that's kind of what we want to do. We're in this for the community. We're in this for the YouTube community. We're in this just to have fun, share our experiences, and that kind of thing. So, but I think this is where we're going to go ahead and call it for today because I got to go potty again. And we got some things we need to go do. So Mom wants to get ready to go shopping. She wants Gregory to do some stuff before I think what we'll probably do today is we'll probably go mow because we have a lot of chances of rain tomorrow. So we may just go mow today, which means sitting on the mower for 2 hours again, and my back's going to hurt. Probably, the grass is short enough. It's probably going to go take it. So in that being said, I thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome, great friends. Most everybody in here today is regulars, and I do appreciate that. So, like I said, you need any jigs, rod holders, things like that, get a hold of me, and we will go from there. So, be blessed, everybody. Have a great day. Go tie something. Go do something. Go make something. At least go make something of yourself. Y'all be blessed and have a great and wonderful week. We're at it.